Hello, welcome to class. I'm Professor MOMOPILL, and this is YAPology 101. This is my new podcast. I'm going to be using this time to yap about everything and anything I could possibly want. I will be bringing on guests, but this first episode here is just me. So, do you like the setup? Do you like the chair? I got this chair and this table for free from my neighbor. So I guess she's the sponsor of this first episode. Thank you, neighbor whose name I don't know. But let me fix that. Considering this is a podcast where I'm just going to be yapping about literally anything I want, strap in, because none of this is going to be it's not going to have any sort of structure. This is not a structured podcast. It's kind of akin to if you've ever had a professor who constantly veers off of topic and talks about their life and their day and their last week and literally everything but what the class is about. So you will not learn anything except for the shit I'm going to yap about, which might be insightful to some. However, this is my outlet to yap. So I know some of you do. So I know if you're watching my channel, you like to hear me yap. So here you go. So here you go. An unlimited hour or two of me just yapping. I wanted to talk about my week at work and subsequently how it makes me feel about people. So I made like a TikTok about it because I try not to get triggered at all because I know that I'm just like wasting my energy on people who don't deserve my energy. So I try not to get triggered, especially in situations at work. I do work at an airport as a cashier, which means a lot of people are not that rude. Like they're not going to actually physically harm me. In other jobs, there were instances where customers wanted to like square up, but considering I work in a federal building, nobody really wants to do that, you know what I mean? So they don't want to get on the no-fly list, but that doesn't stop some people. You can't stop every menace alive, especially the fact that I live in Atlanta, guys. And if you don't live in Atlanta, you've probably still heard about Atlanta. It's like the infamous place where people just act wild for no reason. So the most like recent experience I had at work that literally left me baffled, like, has anyone ever done something like to you that you thought, oh, wow, I would never do or say that to anyone ever alive. I wouldn't say that to anyone or do that to anyone. Well, that is mostly the situations that you end up with when you work in customer service. So this lady comes in to buy an Atlanta t-shirt and I check her out as usual, and I'll actually give you a little simulation on how I check people out. This is literally how it goes every single time, guys. I do this all day. It's basically like a formula. I go, hi, how are you? Doing good? That's great to hear. Is that all for you? Whatever they have, right? Is that all for you? Great. Do you need a bag? You know, I go, great. Do you need a bag? And they go, no. And I'm like, that's all right. That's all right. And then I tell them their total. I'm like, your total is $11.22. Let's just say their total was $11.22. And then they pay for their things. Sometimes they struggle with the card machine because you wouldn't believe how dumb some people are. You wouldn't believe how dumb some people are when it comes to these card machines and payment methods. Some people will literally take their card and they'll try to stick it in an imaginary hole in the machine. And it's just like, there's nothing there. Or sometimes they'll just like, I'll be like, you can tap right at the bottom. And you know what they'll do? They'll take their index finger. They'll hold their card and they'll take their index finger and they'll tap with their finger on the machine. What the fuck do y'all think this is? It is Blade Runner? This is not Blade Runner. This is a gift shop in an airport. I'm not going to be able to receive your payment by your fingerprint on your index finger. But regardless, people can be really dumb. People can be really dumb. So that's what I usually do. And then if they need a receipt, hey, can I get you a receipt today? And then they go either, no, thank you, or yes, please. And I go, of course, or no problem at all. Have a wonderful day, or have a fucking great day, or whatever. I'm always nice. I'm always nice. And this lady came in to buy a t-shirt, an Atlanta t-shirt, because she's in Atlanta. And she's a grown woman, by the way. She's like probably my mother's age, like in her early 40s, I would say, maybe late 30s. Yeah. And she comes up to buy the t-shirt. She hands me the t-shirt and I ask her, hey, do you need a bag? She goes, no, thank you. So I'm like, okay, she's not too bad. She said, thank you at least, right? So I'm expecting her to be a normal fucking person. So I take the hanger out and I put it up because hangers are contraband. You can literally injure someone with a hanger in the airport. So we have to take away the hangers. And I just let her know, hey, I'm just taking this hanger. And then I give her the shirt because she didn't want a bag. After she paid and everything, gave her a shirt. This woman proceeds to tear off the like little tag, the tag thing, not the tag on the back of the shirt, but like the price tag. She takes the price tag, rips it off, throws it at me. Throws it at me. She takes the trash from what she's just purchased, throws it on the counter at me like I am human dirt. No, not like I'm human dirt, like I am dirt. And expects me to be like, have a wonderful day. No, I just go, oh my God. Whoa. That actually invoked an emotion from me, like a reaction. I was baffled for about 5 minutes. Like, my coworker then came and I just turned to her and I said, is it normal to just like throw your trash at the cashier for no reason? Would you do that? Would you like take your price tag and just chuck it at me? Would you do that? You think you would do that? And every single coworker I asked was like, oh, that's rude. That's rude. And then I told my friend on the phone, and another customer came up and was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hope you have a wonderful day. Like, legitimately, like that's really rude. And I was like, okay, so I'm not absolutely tripping balls right now. Like, I usually don't get triggered because it's not worth my energy. It's not worth anyone's energy. But it's just like, baffling. So I made a TikTok about it. I've had this opinion for a while, but I genuinely think that like customer service work should be akin to mandatory military service. Like it should be the same thing. Everyone should have to do it for at least 1 year of their life because like I just don't understand how people's perspectives can be so narrow that they don't even understand like what they're doing to another person. They're doing that to a person. That's a person there. They might be wearing a silly little uniform, but they are a person nonetheless, and they are working this job to put food in their mouths, right? And this person who probably has already made the money they want to make in their life, maybe they haven't, and that's why they're being so fucking horrible. But they look at you and they're just like, well, that's not a person because they work here. I guess I'll throw my trash at them. I just think those people need a fucking reality check. Like, I feel like if everyone was forced to work in customer service for at least 1 year of their life, I think they would I feel like we'd have a more empathetic society, maybe, you know? Like, to really understand what it's like to serve the public. And I feel like a lot of people would become intelligent because you would realize how stupid and unaware people really are, like the general public. It's quite insane. I used to be like a kind of person who was always like, always looking for like the best in people, like, you know what I mean? And I still do, but there are certain people where I just look at them and I already know they're not aware or they're an asshole. And I don't even give it the time of day. I'm just like, there's nothing that can be helped. But one thing that might help is working a minimum wage customer service job for 1 year. Hear me out. If I was president, I'd make it happen. But I can't be president because I wasn't born in America. So don't worry. It probably won't ever happen unless there's another fucking genius around who wants to be president. Then they might do it. And I will vote for them. Because I've already served my time. I've served like 3 or 4 years in customer service, guys. I've served my time. Okay? You guys, it's your turn now. But yeah, so that really baffles me. And even though I've been working in customer service for so long and I've dealt with really terrible customers and other employees as well, that still shocked me. Because I was just like, wow, you're trying to dehumanize me right now for no reason when I've told you to have a wonderful day. Like, okay, congratulations. You have the lowest ranking American Express credit card that you could possibly get. You must be on top of the world to the point where you don't see other people as human. Or you're a sociopath. But that's none of my business. Yeah, that is your therapist's business, lady. But so yeah, I run into a lot of situations like that at work that just like baffle me. And there's nothing I can do about it. But like, sometimes I match their energy. Like if someone comes up to the register and they want to be, it's that TikTok meme that's like nonchalant, light-skinned dreadhead. That's like literally the mindset that some of these people have. Like they walk in like, and then they give me their thing, but they don't show me the barcode, or they just throw it on there and they're like, and I'm like, bro, you don't look cool. You look so lame, because you're like obviously so obsessed with how other people see you. If you're walking around like, you know me, I'm nonchalant. I'm nonchalant as fuck. Like, bro, get some help. Bitches don't like that, by the way. Did you know that bitches don't like that? Whenever I see one of you dudes doing that, I get the ick so hard. I'm like, ooh, ooh. First of all, it lets me know that you're super insecure. You're so insecure when you're doing that shit. You're so insecure because all you have to do is be nice. There's something so attractive about nice men, you know? It's just like, they're so sweet and nice. And not saying you have to be like a pushover if you're a guy. Just like you don't have to be a fucking rude asshole because you think it's gonna make bitches wet, you know? Because it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It makes me think, wow, you have the mindset of a child, of a real fucking child. That's all I can say. So when those dudes come up to the register and they're like, I'm just like, you're total, sir. You got to pay for this, you know? Can't just walk out of here with this. You got to pay for it. All right. And then I look away as they walk away, just like they were doing to me. You can't look at me. I won't look at you, little bitch. Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Yeah. And the greatest thing about working at the airport is no one can report you to anyone. It's the airport. Who are you going to report me to? Who are you going to report me to? The fucking federal government? Like, who are you going to report me to? Oh, I wasn't a sweetie pie to you while I checked you out for your fucking broke ass chips. They always buy the most broke ass snacks, bro. The rudest people come in and they're like, fucking cheese crackers and a goddamn, it's always a Minute Maid juice. You fuckers love being nonchalant and then drinking a Minute Maid juice. You can't be nonchalant when you're obviously broke. Sorry. Like, I can see that you're broke. And you know what? I like Minute Maid. I like those little cheese crackers things. But I'm nice when I eat them and when I buy them. I'm nice to the person. There's no fucking reason to be rude. Especially when your broke ass is buying the cheapest, the $1 snacks and you're still saying, bro, what the fuck? This shit is expensive as fuck. No, it's not. It's not expensive. It's $1.79 and you're at an airport. Consider yourself blessed. Jesus. That's why I hate complainers. Always complain, me. Sometimes I can't take cash because, once again, it's an airport. We don't have enough like managers to count all the drawers because it's an airport. We have like tons of stores and we all work in different stores. So at some point in the day, we can't take cash anymore. And some stores can't take cash at all because they're too far away from the managers. So it's not even worth it to count the drawers. And when they walk into my store and I tell them they can't take cash, they're like, man, what the fuck? Okay. I was going to recommend you a store that does take cash that's literally right down there. But now, trash. Okay. But now that you have come into my store and been fucking rude to me for no reason, just because I don't take cash. And by the way, I don't walk into work like, y'all, I'm not taking cash today. Let those fuck ass customers know I'm not taking cash. No, I walk into work and they're like, you can't take cash today. I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I'm going to have to deal with a bunch of broke little fucking bitches complaining and whiling about, oh, y'all don't take cash. Sorry, got too into the character. You know me. A method actress of sorts. But yeah, like these people actually go crazy about the cash to the point where I was working in this one store that we never take cash in. But I know that whole concourse on the airport doesn't take cash. So I always refer them to the other concourse that does take cash because I want them to buy their thing. You know, you're hungry in the airport, go ahead, go buy your thing, but we just can't take cash. So this white lady comes up to the register. It was very recent, actually. I'm gonna reenact it because I'm a method actress. But she is obviously freaking the fuck out. She's already anxious and nervous. She's one of those people that walk into the store, and if you work in customer service, you already know what type of person I'm talking about, and they irritate the fuck out of me. They're always like, like you're coming in to buy a bag of chips. It can't be that scary. It can't be that stressful. Like all you need to do is buy the Dr. Pepper and buy the chips. And they walk around like they don't know where they are. You're at an airport. You should know where you are. You should be most aware when you're at the airport trying to catch a flight, right? So this lady walks in all nervous like, and I'm like, oh God, not one of these tweakers again. And she comes up to the register and she's looking for her wallet like this. At this point, I think she's doing that slap dancing thing. You know, I think she's doing that. So I'm like, okay, she can't find her wallet. I'm just going to politely stand here and wait for her. And she goes, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay, ma'am. Don't worry. Like, don't worry. Take your time. Take your time. It's okay. It's really okay. Like, I'm being kind to her. And then she finds her, she doesn't like find her wallet. She finds cash though. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, ma'am. Like, I should have let you know. I shouldn't have had to let her know. There's a big sign that says no cash. But no, one thing I've also learned in customer service, no one can read signs. But me, I can read signs. I go outside and my brain is fully functioning. But 90% of the population go outside and they're like, where am I? What does that sign say? I can't read. And this is coming from someone whose grandma was illiterate. I highly respect people who can't read. But the people who can read but can't read signs, that's the thing I'm talking about. If you know how to read, but you see a sign right in front of your face, and you're like, Mary, what does that say? Does that say no? What does that say? I don't know what that says. I guess I'll pull out my $100 bill to buy this bag of chips. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. Literally leave my store. I'm not breaking a $100 bill for a bag of Ruffles sour cream and cheese. You got me all the way fucked up. But this lady, she tries to pay with cash and I'm like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. And this is literally, she drops to the floor like real white woman Karen style, like, and then I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, fuck you. And I'm like, should I call security? Like, ma'am, if I call security on your ass, you're being put on the no-fly list for the rest of your life. And then you're not going to be able to have the luxury of being stressed out in the airport. You will be on the watch list. You will be on the federal watch list. You're not allowed to travel. You're akin to a terrorist because you decided to scream, fuck you, over a bag of chips you couldn't buy at the airport. It's disgusting. That's all I can say. It's actually gross. It's gross because there have been times where, I've went out. Like, for instance, the Burger King near my house has the most fuck-ass service I have ever encountered in my life. In my entire 22 years of living, I have never seen a more awful, disorganized Burger King. And bro, I've never once been like, you know what, fuck you. I hope you die in a car accident tomorrow. No, I don't care. They forgot my cheese on my wraps. I was pissed because I love cheese. I'm a cheese lover. But I didn't call the restaurant or leave a review or fucking, I don't know, threaten to end the life of their children or something, like something crazy like that, because I don't have severe anger issues like some of y'all. Some of y'all need help. Some of you guys need to be locked up in an asylum because why are you acting like that? Like, oh my God, we need to have more people arrested on a daily basis just for disturbing the peace, because that's what she was doing. Frankly, like, I didn't deserve that shit. And it really reminds me of my father. This is a really funny story, guys. Lock in, because when I was 10 years old, I guess I should give you some pre-context. My father has a severe personality disorder, which he sometimes takes medicine for. He doesn't like to take medicine for it because he doesn't think he has problems, but he has severe emotional. He's akin to a psychopath. That is the type of person he is. Like, I'm not joking. I know his diagnosis. But it's very bad. He has like, it's like motherfucking OCD, but it's a personality disorder of OCD, but it's not OCD. It's not like cleaning and obsessive thoughts. It's like the need to dominate others, the need to abuse other people, severe entitlement, that type of stuff, like seeing people as not human, like you're the only human being alive, laughing at things that are terrible, like sexual assault and fucking murder and just horrible things. He's that type of person. Although he doesn't present himself in that way to the public because he is a professor at a very prestigious university. I'm going to spell it out. The name George, and it's a town. But regardless, if his coworkers see this, he's a monster, guys. Watch out. Don't get too close to him. He might beat you. He might hit you in the face with a wooden shoe. He might invite you to go have sex with some prostitutes. He might run you over with his new truck. I don't know. He's quite insane. So I had a lot of experiences with my dad as a child, especially like as a child and into middle school, where he was just off his rocker, bro, like full insanity. Like he was at his full craziest during that time. And we went to the Apple store. So my dad, because he has a personality disorder, he is obsessed with his status in society, which means he's obsessed with Apple products because he grew up very, very poor. And now he has to prove himself by buying every Apple product to ever exist, right? So he walks into the Apple store, as he does every time he would visit me. We would go to the mall or wherever they have an Apple store, and we would go to the Apple store because he wants to buy the newest AirPod Pro, laptop, iPhone accessory. Like he wants to buy all the like the real Apple products. Like he'll buy a phone case from them and shit like that. Like that's how lame he is. But we go into the Apple store. I am 10 years old and we are in America. So my mom is from America. So we visited America when I was a kid. So we were in America and we're in the Apple store and he sees that it is very crowded in there. And this is a very vivid memory. So I'll also method act here. Okay. So we walk into the very, very busy Apple store and he notices, he looks around and he gets angry because he's so entitled that he needs it to be empty just for him. He needs the little nerds, the Apple nerds to help him. Only them, only him and them. That's it. That's all he wants. So we walk in and he notices that and he goes, "Fuck you! I am an Arab man! I'll kill you!" I'm 10 years old and I'm like, and I'm already aware of the stereotypes about Middle Eastern men, especially in the United States. So I'm like, Dad, why did you say that? Like, they're going to call the police. Like, they think you're a terrorist. They think you're going to blow up the mall now. And so I'm like, oh my God. So I say to everyone, "I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry." And then I usher my dad out of there. So that woman reminded me just of my dad. So that's why it triggered me a little bit because I was like, oh, there are other people who do this. This is not a unique experience. That's scary. That's scary to think that there are more people like my dad just roaming around freely, but you can't help it. You can't help it at all. But it's funny to talk about because, in retrospect, it's just so embarrassing. Like, why are you that mad? Imagine if I went into the Dollar Tree to buy some dollar candy, which I love to do. That's the funnest thing ever. You can buy like a million things at the Dollar Tree and it's just like, it's basically free food. And I noticed they don't have Mike and Ike's, which I like. I love Mike and Ike's. So I walk into the aisle looking for the Mike and Ike's and I don't find them. So instead I find a hammer. And then I go find the nearest employee and I kill them with a hammer because they didn't have Mike and Ike's. That's what it would be like, in my opinion. So normal people don't do that. So if you have like a parent or a friend or a boyfriend who does that, be very careful. They're going to end up killing you or something. They're going to end up doing something really terrible to you. Stay away from them. Don't give them another chance. They don't deserve another. They're going to do that every single time they go outside. Like literally every single time I've been with my dad in public, he has screamed out loud at random people for no reason or at me or it's always someone. It's always something. So that experience really reminded me of that day at the Apple store, that fateful day. And then after that, we got some Auntie Anne's pretzels. Sweeten up the day with some Auntie Anne's pretzels. So that was nice that he bought me some pretzels at the end of it. Definitely didn't make up for that core memory that I'll never forget. But yeah, dude, it was really it was really eye-opening to know he wasn't the only one, that he is just like an entitled white woman if she was stuck in a bald Egyptian man's body. Short and bald. Short and bald. I'm taller than my dad, guys. I'm 5'4". What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Anyways, so yeah, he's like a white woman, and it's interesting. It's an interesting observation. You earn enough status in the world that if you're like a neurotic fucking evil person, it's just super easy to just, you think that you're in control of other people when you're not, though. It's kind of like a delusion, because he's like, okay, if I yell at these people in public, they will be dominated by me and they will want to serve me. But in reality, everyone just looked at him like scared for their life, thinking he was a terrorist. And then the funny thing is that on those crime shows where they'll have like a scene where like a Muslim lady will take off her hijab and there'll be a bomb. Like, I remember he would always, he'd be staying in a hotel while he was visiting America, and we'd be eating breakfast. You know how they have those like TVs in the breakfast area sometimes? It was actually a specific moment. He got super mad because I was NCIS, something like that. One of those shows, and the lady took off her hijab. They were like, please don't blow up the place. Just take off your hijab. Show us the bomb. And she had a bomb under her hijab. He got so angry. He was like, the stereotype of Arab people. The stereotype. I don't like it. I don't like it. You're the one pushing that stereotype. You're going into public saying, I'm an Arab man. You don't know what I'll do. That's what you say to people in public. You are the reason. Not the sole reason, obviously, like mostly it's white people, pushing that stereotype, but I'm just saying, not the best idea, you know what I mean? You left an impression on about 50 people in the Apple store that day that, and it's a butterfly effect. Now like millions of people think we're all terrorists because one angry little Egyptian man freaked out at the Apple store. Thank you so much. And we were in Tennessee. We were in the state of Tennessee. Imagine how terrified those people really were. Yeah, so total dick move and just a mistake. Like you can't be mad if you're gonna act like, sorry, if you're low-key gonna act like a terrorist, then don't get mad. You're terrorizing the public. That is what that means. You're terrorizing them. If they're afraid for their lives, you're terrorizing them. I don't know how else to say it. But not to say that Arab people can't ever be angry. It's just, he's different. He literally has a disorder. Like there's something very wrong with him. He is not the representative of Arab people at all. Not at all. Not at all. We're actually a pretty jovial, easygoing group of people. It's just, he's got severe fucking issues. I actually see it more in like the Karens of America. Like I feel like if he hung out with those ladies, they would get along. They would hang out like every week and just talk about how much they hate like every other race of people, and like how they, I don't know, they hate their kids and they want to beat on them, but it's not legal, so they're sad. I don't know, but he would get along very well with them. But yeah, so interacting with these people as a cashier has really like opened my eyes to how pathetic they really are. Like they're sick in the head. They're just like my dad. It's okay. Like, so I can take it a lot less personally because I'm like, you have delusions of grandeur and you need to be in an asylum, and that's not my issue. That's not my problem at all. So yeah, but it's not all bad, like working in customer service. It can be fun, like, especially when you ignore customers and just talk to your coworkers. It's the best thing. It's like euphoric. Like when you're just kikiing with your coworkers and they're being nice to you and you're ignoring the fuck out of customers. Oh, this actually happened yesterday. Wait, this happened yesterday. I was on the phone with my best friend. You know who you are. I was on the phone with my best friend, and this another white woman came up to the cash register, and I was on the phone with my friend. Usually I'm very nice. And polite, and I do my job. That day I just wanted to call my friend because all my other coworkers do it. I wanted to take a day to myself where my head didn't hurt from saying, thank you, have a wonderful day. Thank you, have a wonderful day. So I called my best friend just for like an hour. And this white woman comes up to the cash register and she's like, oh, they allow you to do that now? And I go, what are you talking about? Sorry? Talk on the phone while you're working. They allow you to do that now? Oh, what an interesting world. So I just go, no, I just decided to be on the phone today. It's a decision that I made that I can make for myself. And then she got angry, but she didn't say anything because I was right. Like, what? Why is that your business, lady? You're just trying to buy a bag of chips. I scanned your bag of chips. Do you not know how to press your card onto a card machine? Do you not know how to press receipt or no receipt? Honestly, my job could be replaced by nothing because you're not doing much. You're just, do you want a receipt? Do you want a bag? She has one bag of chips. She obviously doesn't want a bag. What do you want from me? You want me to get on the floor and start licking your feet? Is that what you'd like? Yes, ma'am. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not licking your stinky ass white women feet. Get away from me. I can be on the phone with my friend if I'd like to. I'm only going to be alive once. Let me enjoy some of the fleeting moments of my life. Holy shit. It's like they think I was born a cashier. Like, bro, I'm just trying to get that bag. I'm not here for nothing else, bro. I'm here to get that bag. Like, fuck you. I'm just born, and they put a uniform on me. They put a name tag. They choose my name. And then I just get trained for the first 12 years of my life or something. When can you start working? The first 16 years of my life. And then they just put me in the store and I'm there. I'm always there to say, hello, ma'am. How are you? Hello, sir. How are you? Hello. Goodbye. No, that's not what cashiers are. That's not what anyone in customer service is. You guys need to pay attention. You guys need to realize there's another person in front of you. It's actually antisocial behavior. You should be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder because that's how you're acting. When you don't see people as people because they're in uniform, and it depends what uniform. If they're a cop, yes, sir, just because he has a gun. You know what? If I was allowed to carry a gun as a cashier, I'd be pulling that shit out all the time. What did you say? Do you need a receipt? And they'd be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Do you need a bag? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm so sorry. Please, I'm sorry. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. But that's the difference between me and a policeman. I actually kind of wish like customer service people could like just be strapped. Because honestly, a lot of the time, our safety is put in danger and nobody gives a fuck. Like we put our names on our shirts for anyone to know. And they can just ask your name and report you for whatever, like, and risk your job. Like, I promise you, no one is doing anything that bad at their job. They might be fucking around a little bit on their phone. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? If you can buy your shit, then just buy your shit and get out. But I truly think, and this is a controversial opinion, I posted a TikTok about this, and a lot of people agreed, but I feel like a lot of people were like, well, what if a cashier just has a bad day and decide? Shut up. It's not something that's actually gonna happen, guys. It's a hypothetical. In what world would this happen? And I'm gonna tell you what it is. My proposition was that every customer service worker gets to choose one customer a year to off. Yeah, to kill. To end their existence, to vanish them. And I thought this would work because you only get once a year for the worst customer, and they deserve it, because why are you acting like that? I'm not saying that anyone deserves to die. This is a hypothetical. Okay, guys, it's a hypothetical. It's a joke. But I know some people are very uptight and cannot take jokes. It's okay. Maybe this is not for you. I do not censor myself. What is this, China? Is this China? Do I need to censor myself? No. I don't live in China, actually. Love China. Don't love censorship. So I'm not going to censor myself on my own fucking channel. But yeah, so I said that. Really love China, by the way. Recently watched Karate Kid. Oh, wow. Shit, that makes me want to go to the Great Wall of China right now and learn karate from Jackie Chan himself. Like, so epic. I really envy Jaden Smith for being able to go up that mountain and with the snake and the water. And it's just a cool fucking, I love China for that. You guys, great thing. Kung Fu, what is it? What is that movie I watched too? It's another movie. It's like another Kung Fu movie and it's super epic. Anyways, you guys make great movies. Love you guys. Love you guys. But yeah, so I did want to propose that would happen, you know, like one customer a year. If they're acting really bad, you know, you can choose. And that would make it an equal exchange for the ultimate suffering that so many people go through just working in customer service, right? I think it's an eye for an eye. But so a lot of people got mad, but a lot of people agreed. So there's that. And I've been thinking this for a long time because it's just like some people need a reality check. And if that is death, so be it. You know? So fucking be it. Hey, what can I say? But yeah, dude. So customer service is not for the weak. But I feel like it would build a lot of character if everyone just worked one of those jobs for 1 year. You build a bunch of character building exercise activity, you know? But yeah, it's also great because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, what the fuck am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Where was I going with that? Oh, I love Mulan. I love Mulan. That's like one of my favorite Disney movies. So like China W. But yeah, guys, if you're expecting me to like censor what I say on this channel, I'm not doing it all. That's just a disclaimer, especially not in these podcasts. Why would I do that? I don't care. If you care, I don't. I'm sorry. This is my podcast. I'm gonna say whatever I want. So I guess, I don't know. Womp womp, as they say, as the kids say. I really like this new expression, womp womp. Sometimes it really is hard not to say that to customers when they're like complaining about something like, you guys don't take cash? Oh, fuck, nobody fucking takes cash. Womp womp. Womp 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 womp. You know? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to pay for you? And some people expect you to pay for their shit. I'm not. The fuck do I look like? Mother Teresa? I'm not paying for your little... If you can't afford $2 worth of stuff and you're at the airport, how'd you even get to the airport? How'd you afford to buy a plane ticket? And this is not me being like, poor people suck. Guys, I've been poor my whole life. My dad might have money, but he never gave me any money. I lived with my poor ass mom and my millions of siblings. I know what it's like. But I don't know what it's like to only carry cash for some reason. What is that? Well, poor people only carry... No, they don't. I've never done that. All my money, my limited money, stays in my bank account, and it leaves my bank account once my bills are paid. Like, I don't understand, y'all. Like, I only have $2 on me. How the fuck did you get in here? Bro, how the fuck did you make it into the airport with $2 on you? That is concerning as shit. You can't even buy a Spirit Airlines for $2. That shit is $60 at minimum. Sometimes $50 with a deal. But like, it's just ridiculous, bro. It doesn't make any damn sense. And if you're sending your family in there with a plane ticket and you're not giving them more than $2 in cash, you hate your family. If you're able to buy them a plane ticket but send them with literally $2, you just want them to die. You want them to die of starvation while they're in the airport. I'm sorry. If they're staying there for 2 days because there's multiple layovers, it's a plot for murder. It's not my job to save you from your own family's plot to murder you. I'm sorry. It's not my job. My job is to literally scan shit. That's it. Not to do anything else. I just have to scan shit. Restock the fridge. One more thing. Motherfuckers. These motherfuckers, they come in. First of all, this is the Atlanta airport. Nothing works at the Atlanta airport. Bro, our coolers are fucked up. They stay at lukewarm temperatures all day. Our card machines are fucking broken. Everything's broken. Everything's broken. Nothing is good in this airport. It's the worst airport of all time. But... So I will restock the cooler, and I usually like take them out and put the warm ones in the back and then the cold ones in the front. But they're not that fucking cold. So people will come in and they'll be like, none of these are cold. Oh my God. What the fuck? Why aren't these cold? And they'll turn to me and like, are none of these cold? And I'll be like, yeah, pretty much. Yep. None of them are cold. Our coolers don't really work. You know? Sorry. What do you want now? What do you want from me? I can give you hot drinks, hot Coca-Cola that's been sitting in the storage for 2 days. Do you want that? I can't do shit for you. How about it? You go ask a restaurant for a free cup of ice. Okay, guys. So we had a bit of a technical issue. Typical, I guess. First podcast episode and there's already a technical issue, but that's okay because I ain't no quitter. So I pulled out this VHS camera that I have, and we're gonna continue filming just where we left off. So yeah, people really, they expect the absolute most when I work in like the dingiest gift shop in the whole airport. Like it's nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy. So I always find it really funny when they act like it's a really fancy establishment. Sometimes they'll take their cards and like they're about to pay. First of all, I do want to like keep in mind like how the counter that I work out is set up. What the fuck am I saying? Hold on. I do want to keep in mind how my counter is set up. So like, this is the side, this is where I stand, and this is the front that has like snacks and stuff that you can still buy, like M&Ms and stuff. And I stand here. So you'll assume you come around where the card machine is, right? And let me move the mic even closer to me. You will come around where the card machine is, right? No, some people think it's so fancy in there, they can just hand me their stuff. Just put it down on the counter. And then they go to pay and they go, I'm not taking your fucking card. Scoot your ass to the side and use the card machine. You're not Jeff Bezos. Who do these people think they are? You think that just because you can fly Southwest, not even Delta, by the way, Southwest, that I'm gonna give you this like crazy bougie treatment, like, yes, ma'am, taking your card. Of course. Is there anything else I can do for you at all? No. Get the fuck out of here. So that's basically what it's like to work at a gift shop in the airport. People just assume the weirdest things. They act crazy. And it's not that different. I mean, it's a little better than working fast food. If you've ever worked fast food, you'll know that the people in there are even dumber and way more rude. Like, I'm trying not to get my dogs in the shot. You know what I mean? It's kind of uncomfortable if I'm like, but I need to like, sorry about that, but I need to like move my body, you know what I mean? Do you ever just need to like stim? Sometimes I'll do it at work because I actually don't care anymore if people see me stimming in public. So like yesterday I was just like, and it gave me such joy. I was like, you know, so just bear with me. I move a lot, but yeah, dude, it's just, customer service is a hard industry. I guess some people never have like bad run-ins with customers, which is like, wow, what a lucky break. And I'm definitely not complaining because like, I love my job. It's great. It's super easy and chill and it brings me money. And I'm never going to want to not attract money because who wouldn't want to attract money, guys? That's another thing. You people are like, I don't care about money. I don't care about money at all. And people who care about money they're soulless and they don't understand what life is about. I don't know. Sorry to break it to you, buddy. We do live in capitalism, and it's not wrong to want to survive in capitalism. I don't make that much money from working at the airport, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm there for the bag and a chill work environment. And so far, it's been a great experience. There are a few instances where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But it's just as easy to like detach myself from the situation because at the end of the day, I'm never going to see those people ever again, and they're never going to see me. They're never going to see me. So why even, I don't know. I do have like really nice conversations with some people. I get rizzed up at work, which is mostly uncomfortable. The other day, a woman rizzed me up, which was kind of thrilling. I don't know if any other girls relate, but when a woman rizzes you up, when a woman is like, damn, you fine, shawty. You're like, ooh, oh my God, thank you. And then when a man does it, you're just like, oh, God, not this shit again. You know what I mean? And you might think, oh, she's so egotistical. She can't even take compliments from men. Oh my God, she's so full of herself. Yeah. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You're real mad because you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't think you're the shit. And that's not my problem. It's far from it. So none of that shit, please. Another thing is I'm not going to like play up a need for male validation so that like my male viewers are like, she's so cool. She loves it when guys hit on her and she loves dudes. She doesn't like girls because she's a cool girl. I'm not that bitch. If you thought I was that bitch, I'm sorry. Just because I'm kind to you and you're a man doesn't mean I'm that bitch. Don't get the wrong idea. Please. My philosophy is, if a human being is being kind to me, I will be kind to them. It does not matter. It does not matter if they have a cock. It doesn't matter if they have a cock, okay? I don't care about that shit. So yeah, the compliments, they don't really do much for me. They're nice, but mostly they're creepy. I get a lot of creepy ones. Like for instance, like the creepy ones I don't appreciate at all. You know what I mean? Like when you're getting a little bit too weird, a little bit too silly. Of course, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, that made my heart overflow. Like, no, you're a creep. Why would I react to that in that way? For instance, I've always had like a baby face, and I already know people in the comments are going to start being like, she thinks she has a baby face. She looks like 40. I've been told I have a baby face. It's not that I ever thought I had a young face. It's just that people have told me my whole life that I have a fucking young face. They walk up to me and are like, why are you working here? Aren't you in middle school? And I'm like, no, I'm 22 years old. That's a weird thing to say. Like, especially there are dudes. This one guy came up to me when I was at work. He was a grown man and I was working, just working. And he came up from outside of the store. He didn't even come in the store. He leans over my counter and is like, you look 12. How old are you? Brother, what are you talking about? Did you think I was going to be like, oh my God, he thinks I look 12? Oh my God, I look so young and innocent. Like, no, you're weird. You need to go to jail. Do you understand that you need to be locked up in prison? It makes me so fearful to ever have a child because there's dudes like that walking around like, I need to find a grown woman who looks 12 so I can do this legally. Oh my God, there she is. Or, oh man, you're not 16 in high school? Aw, nuts. I don't find you attractive anymore. Like, you're weird. You're a certified weirdo. It's giving Drake energy. You know how nobody likes Drake? Even when Drake was liked by like the majority, no bitch ever wanted to fuck Drake. Have you noticed that? No woman ever wanted to fuck Drake. He was Rihanna. Fucking broke his heart. Nicki Minaj, you know, that hoe. She also said no to Drake. Every grown woman Drake has ever liked has been like, I don't want you, bro. You're weird. Like, I don't like you. And it's because he obviously likes kids. Drake obviously likes kids, and we have evidence that he likes kids. Basically, women don't like creepy guys. So if you're like a really creepy dude and you're like, women don't like me because females are so shallow and I'm not like, I don't have really like a chin and I don't like I need a looks max, but I'm not gonna because women won't like me either way because I'm so ugly. Women are so superficial. No, it's because you comment on women's shit saying weird fucking shit. It's because you give a weirdo energy that completely dispels any women from wanting to touch you. Yeah. That's the reason. I'm sorry to tell you. If you just brought there's so many guys who are not that attractive by society standards that bag the bad bitches because they are kind and generous and sweet and a good person. That's all you're gonna do, buddy. You just don't dehumanize women and say creepy things and they will like you. Actually, people are like, women are so superficial. They're not. You know how many ugly as fuck motherfuckers I've dated in my life because I liked their personality? And then they still end up thinking they're the shit once I let them date me. That's why women don't want to date y'all. Because once we date you guys, you think you're the shit for bagging us. And then you walk around like you're the shit and you leave the girl. And then you're mad because you can't get another one. You can't get another one. Because that was a false sense of security that girl gave you. Because she thought you were funny or nice. Yeah. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I feel like I'm the Andrew Tate of women. Yeah, I'm the Andrew Tate? Tate? It's just Tate. I'm him of women, except I'm not going to traffic you guys, so don't worry. You're not going to end up like in the back of a van by watching my videos or anything like that. Call me an extremist if you'd like. But I'm just a truther, and you can't handle the truth. You're not real. You guys aren't real. You hoes, you bitches aren't real. And I'm referring to everyone. Everyone has bitches. You guys just aren't real. And the real ones will know, and they'll watch this and they'll relate. So that's all I got to say about that. It's just the Sigma mindset. And if you can't get on board, I'm sorry. It's okay to be a beta, I guess, in your world, not mine. But yeah, so stop complaining about women not liking you. It's probably because you're a weirdo. And like, if she wouldn't want to be alone with you in like an elevator, you know you have a real problem. Like, that's why you're not getting bitches, because they find your energy to be, how shall I say, like, not intimidating, but rather, what is the word? It's like the gross version of intimidating. You know what I'm talking about. But it's not intimidating. You guys don't intimidate us. It's just like, ugh, ugh. You know what I mean? But yeah, there are a lot of cool guys, I guess. There are. There's a couple. Yeah. But once again, I am not the type to like chase after male validation, so don't expect that here on my channel, okay? Don't expect me to over-explain myself to you guys either. I will not be doing that. As much as I yap, I will not put myself in the position of a beta. But yeah. But yeah, bro. But yeah. I've been thinking about, or rather, me and my friend have been talking a lot recently about like planning a trip to Japan. I don't know if you guys know this about me because you weren't here for like my OG content creator days. Like, guys, first of all, I used to be a VTuber. I don't know if you guys know that at all, but I used to be a VTuber. Like, there's still some evidence on the internet. Like, but yeah, so I used to be a VTuber because I really like anime and Japanese pop culture and like just the Japanese language and just everything like that. It's just kind of my thing. And so I started learning Japanese sometime last year. And then I was like, wait, why don't I just visit Japan? So me and my friend are like planning a trip, right? And she might appear on this podcast soon. So get ready for that. But so we're kind of low-key planning this thing where we do like a language program. So we can like get better at our Japanese because we're both learning Japanese. She's actually half Japanese. So that's why she also wants to go to Japan and like see what it's about. And dude, we're going to go for sure to like do the weirdest things. Like people always say Japan is so weird. Japan is so weird. I want to do the weirdest things. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Conan, but there's this one episode where he rents a family of Japanese people to be his family. I think there was like a daughter, a wife. I don't know why there was a dad, but there was a dad. Isn't he supposed to be the dad? Unless he's supposed to be the son. I don't know. But he did that. And it got me thinking, since I have like family issues, that's kind of my perfect solution. And apparently you can rent those people out for like 12 years straight. Yeah, you can rent your family out for 12 years straight, and that's tempting. But I think I'll just do it for like a day and see if it heals me at all. You know what I mean? I just feel like that would really help. Because they would have to go along with whatever I say. Like, for instance, the mom, I'm going to tell her to tell me that she loves me and that she loves me unconditionally and that I'm not a whore and that I'm very pretty and that she couldn't ask for a better daughter and that I'm her favorite. And then the dad, I'm going to make him say sorry for beating me and then hug me and it'll be all good. So that's going to be really fun. I think that's like the number one thing. Not the number one thing. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. So just like if you have family issues, that's one thing. Plan a trip to Japan. The yen is super weak right now. I know it's like so fucked up. Like the yen is weak, guys. Go to Japan. Your dollar it costs so much over there. But that's like literally why people travel to countries where their money is weaker. Like if I were to go to my home country, Egypt, right now with the money I have in my bank account, I would be a millionaire. Like people actually can't afford to buy rice, which is ridiculous because actually our national dish is kushari, which is a bowl of just grains. It's like carbs and grains. It's like pasta, rice, vermicelli noodles, chickpeas. What else is in kushari? Is that it? Fried onions. I've eaten it so many times, but it's just like an amalgamation of all those things. And people can't even afford to eat that, which is really concerning. But I mean, I could probably buy 100 kusharis if I went there right now. So that's, you know, you win some, you lose some. But I was going somewhere with that too. Give me a second. Oh, that brings me to my next point about how I hate travel vloggers. I hate you guys. I literally hate you guys so much. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not like a hater type person, but one thing that irks me the most is these these travel vloggers who go to like third world countries like Egypt, for instance, and they're like, oh my God, these 7-year-old on the street, he scammed me. He didn't give me my change when I bought a lollipop. He's working for pennies and dimes and is sleeping on the floor. What a cunt. Like, that's one thing I absolutely hate. There's this one specific guy that just goes to every third world country in the world, and he's like, these people are dishonest fucking savages. Do you see like the problem with that, guys? I don't know. I see a huge problem with it. Like, there was this one video where that guy goes to Egypt, and I can't remember his name. It's like Johnny Does Travel. Like, when I get to Japan and I'm doing the travel vlog, when I'm doing any travel vlogs, because I want to travel, guys, and I will be vlogging, I'm not gonna like treat the people like shit and spit on them and shit and put the camera in their fucking noses while they're doing shit. It's so disrespectful and rude. Like, would you want people to do that to you randomly? Like, while you're at work? Imagine you go to a Burger King in America and start filming the person making your burger, like close up on their nose, on their fucking eyes. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. But this guy went to Egypt and he was by the University of Cairo, and there were these street vendors. Well, it was just one street vendor. He was a little child, okay? So he buys some food from the street vendor. The child doesn't speak English. So he goes, my change? Can you give me my change? And the kid is just like, in Arabic, he says, I don't understand. What? What? What do you want? He doesn't know what's going on. So then I guess his older brother comes in and he's like, what's up, man? What do you need? And the guy's like, wow, you're not going to give me my change. Wow, you guys are stealing from me. Wow, you guys are and the guy's like, man, what are you talking? What? I don't understand. He's talking Arabic. He's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? You got your thing, right? Like, literally. And this guy's like, these people are scammers. They're dirty liars. He walks away saying that. And it's just like, bro, you don't even know the language. You don't know what they're saying. They're literally just asking you what's wrong. They didn't understand that you needed change. Like, it's just baffling to me how people go to these countries and treat these people like shit when they don't even understand it's a miscommunication, and they take it as these brown people are so dirty and they're vile and they're liars. No, they're not. And I know a lot about like living in the slums and scammers in the slums. And yeah, okay, if you couldn't afford a loaf of bread, I'm sure you'd be scamming too, bitch. I'm sure you'd be scamming too. Let's not act like we're all so high and mighty. You were born in America. You got lucky. You could have been born anywhere else in the world and had to beg for bread while pretending your leg is broken, okay? That's just the reality of it. It's the same thing as spitting on a homeless person for asking you for a penny. Like, and also these homeless people in Egypt are a lot more humble than the ones in America. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, this motherfucker, I went to Atlanta for a metal show, and this homeless guy comes up to the car, my friend's car. I went with my friends, and he's like, you got any food? And we're like, yeah, we do. We have like a muffin. We have some water. Do you want that? That's all we got in us right now. But you can have that. And he said, no, I want a damn chicken sandwich. Motherfucker, what the fuck do you think this is? I'm not getting you a chicken fucking sandwich. Especially not with that attitude you put on right there. You could have been like, please, ma'am, could you spare me a chicken sandwich? A Popeye's chicken? No. But you went, no, I want a damn chicken sandwich. The fuck is that nerve? So we just walked away, and I went to McDonald's and bought 3 McChickens, and I ate them myself. Yeah. By the way, I don't go to McDonald's anymore because that was before was October 6th. I think I'm mixing up detrimental dates in Middle Eastern history. But yeah, I'm not doing that anymore because they have shown their ass when talking about Palestine. But back then, it was like 2 years ago. But yeah, so I'm not a patron of McDonald's anymore, but those McChickens did sure taste good when I was eating them out of spite. They sure tasted delicious. Nice, creamy, chickeny, just delicious. And he didn't get any of it. Womp, womp. But, you know, I almost wished that he would walk by and see me just gobbling on that chicken sandwich. Ooh, do I wish that was the case. But time has passed, and that's no longer the case. I'm definitely the type of person that would fucking buy food for a homeless person. It's just like, why are you coming at me like that? Like, what the fuck? It was just a little rude. So I was like, no, fuck you. Respectfully, fuck the fuck out of you. I'm gonna go find another homeless person and bless their day instead. Like, what the fuck, bro? Oh, yeah. It's just people in Atlanta, you don't want to fuck around with the homeless people in Atlanta. They're different. They're not your typical like homeless person. It's Atlanta, guys. It's different. You know, it's different. You don't even like want to walk around by yourself, really. I don't know. I used to go to school there, and I just don't recommend. I don't recommend like being in the middle of Atlanta and just walking around, guys. It's not that bad, but you never know. There's always some random shit going on over there. Also, it'd be smelling like doo-doo. There's always like dog poop or something. I don't know. God bless Atlanta. But for instance, like when I went to Savannah, which is like the beach town, and the homeless people down there, they were happy as a motherfucker, bro. They were chilling. They were like laughing, giggling. They were like, hey, what's up, man? Like, bro, you're homeless. How are you so happy? But I guess like being by the beach just totally chilled them. And I bet they get like a lot of money from tourists, but like they were just really nice. Like I was like, wow, these are the most like talkative, social, nicest homeless people. And I know being homeless is like one of the worst situations you could be in ever. Like it's totally, I have a lot of empathy for homeless people and like I totally get how fucking scary it is. But the fact that they were so chill, I was like, oh, maybe I need to move here to hang out with these chill ass homeless people. Like they're wearing sunglasses and like Hawaiian shirts. Like they were just so lovely. So yeah, they were lovely. I would have bought them like a whole 12 pizzas, but I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah. Also, like, I think I was on a pretty tight budget that trip, so probably not a good idea if I wanted to, like, get gas going back home. Couldn't even stop at damn Buc-ee's. I don't know. If you're not American, you won't know about Buc-ee's. Boosie's. It's like a magical place. I really want to go, guys. I really want to go to Buc-ee's. I think it's only a southern thing. It's like a fancy gas station. And the mascot is a beaver. And they just have all kinds of shit in there, like custom snacks, like hoodies, all kinds of. I need to go there. Maybe I'll do a Buc-ee's vlog because it's just like, it seems like a magical place where nothing bad happens. Unlike Racetrack, where I used to work, guys. You don't want to ever work at Racetrack. The other day, one of my coworkers actually, she came to clock out. I'd never met her before. Like in the airport, you just don't really meet your coworkers because you all work separately. So like I was meeting her for the first time, and then I was like, oh man, this is so much better than when I used to work at Racetrack. And she goes, you used to work at Racetrack? I used to work at Racetrack. And I was like, oh my God. And she said it was just as bad for her. Not only are the customers absolutely fucking crazy at Racetrack, like you'll close up for the day and lock the doors, bro, and they'll come up like zombies at the doors and they'll be like, ah! We're closed. Ah! Do you need your Zyn and your bag of chips and your damn chewing tobacco and your damn gummies that bad? Do you need your boiled peanuts that bad? I don't think you do. It's midnight. We're closed. Get the fuck out of here. And what was even worse was the management. I had this one manager, and you know the type. I've always had managers like this. If you're a woman, a young woman, you'll get it. Older women, and I love older women. At my job, every single like older women coworker that I have, I'll compliment them just randomly because I know they never get compliments for their husbands or from random people. So I'll be like, your skin's absolutely glowing today. Did you get your nails done, ma'am? I see you. I see you. Because they just smile and it's sweet and they are slaying and they don't even know it. But one of my pet peeves is older women that you work with who are so incredibly jealous of you that they make your life hell just because you still have a little bit of youth. You know, we all lose it. I'm gonna lose my youth one day. I'm still gonna be a sexy, confident bitch. It's not my fault that you decided to be a fucking gremlin bitch just because you got a little older. You could have slayed, but you decided not to, and that's not my fault. But yeah, bro. So these women have been terrorizing me in every job I've ever had. You always have one that is incredibly jealous of everything about you, even if you're super nice to them. So I had this one manager at Racetrack who literally hated her life so fucking much. And it showed. I was always really nice to her and tried to be helpful. One day she decided to have a random vendetta against me, and I was trying to deal with it maturely, like the whole time. I was just like, okay. Until one day I literally blew up. Like I just could not take it anymore. I was sitting down, and by the way, I had been working all day, like not sitting down the whole day. We're allowed to sit down, by the way. We're allowed to sit down just for a second. So I was like catching my breath after stalking and checking out a bunch of customers. So I'm sitting down for 2 seconds. She comes in the store and she says, "Why are you sitting down? You're not supposed to be sitting." So I go, "Can you just shut the fuck up already? You dumb bitch. All you do is complain about me every day, all day. All you do is complain. Why are you such a bitch? Shut the fuck up." And she starts crying so hard to the point where she quits. She quits. She quit that day. I made her quit. And after being mistreated by so many managers in the past, I was like, oh, this feels good. Oh, this feels real nice. I made her cry and quit. Yeah, I hope you're struggling with your bills, bitch. You crossed me. And that's on you. Don't let these hoes be rude to you guys. Sometimes you have to give them a reality check. Sometimes you have to be like, this is life. If I want to sit down for a second, you have no power over me. You guys are paying me $11. Do you think I give a shit enough to not sit down? The thing is, my philosophy on working these minimum wage jobs for now, not forever, is that if I'm doing them while I'm young, I don't want to fuck up my body just so that my manager pats me on the back. I'm not a pussy bitch. If I want to sit down so my back doesn't get fucked up when I'm 60, then I'll sit down. I'm not going to work myself to the bone. And I feel like we really, really praise these people who spend their whole lives working super hard because sometimes you do have no choice, but you have the choice to not do your best in that aspect. If that environment is not serving you guys, you don't have to do your best. Like, you're not going to get a promotion. What, you're going to become a manager and they're going to put 1,000,000 times more workload on you for $2 extra? It's not worth ruining your body and ruining your mind and completely dedicating yourself to that minimum wage job. I'm sorry. And they're just mad that they did that their whole life because they want validation that they are a hardworking person. You could have made the same amount of money as a shitty manager than as a hardworking manager. Did you know that? You don't have to do all that. You're still a manager. They're not going to fire you. There's always a manager who sucks at their job, but they stay at their job. They get paid and nobody expects anything of them. That's how you need to be, because it's not benefiting you. If you want to like be promoted in a workplace that you care about, sure. But if you're working that job, you probably don't actually give a shit about it and you're just stuck there. That's just how it works. Like, it's not really anyone's end game. So, I mean, like, don't ruin your body over it. Like, especially the young ones who pander so hard to the managers. Like, I'm nice to the managers because I don't want them to give me shit for no reason. I'm nice to them. I do my job. It's easy peasy. I have an easy job. It's not rocket science. But there are some people who are just like always looking for another task and, you know, want to be praised by these managers. And it's like, guys, those people have been at this job their whole life. Why do you want their validation? Why don't you want more for yourself? You guys need to be aiming for more than validation from a gas station manager. If you think about it, it's a little sad. It's just a little sad. It doesn't matter if they praise you. You got to take care of yourself first, because I'm not like I don't know. I don't want my knees not to work anymore. I have like several coworkers who are like older and they literally come into work on crutches every day. And they expect them to stand up all day. That's inhumane. That's evil. So why am I going to pander to these evil people who are making these poor disabled old people like fucking check out people on crutches? Like, they need to be retired. Don't expect that out. Give them a break. You know what I mean? So I don't care. I'm not going to pander to anyone, and no one is going to necessarily make me feel bad for doing so. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. You know, I'm not working at the stock exchange, guys. And neither are you. You're really not. Do your best at your job, but don't like overwork yourself to the point where your knees are broken, your arms are broken, you're fucking stumbling into work like, at 22. You don't want to do that to yourself. It's not worth it. Inevitably, you're super replaceable to them. And when they want to replace you, they will. So keep that in mind. Think about it like, if I want to replace this job, then I can. It's the same. It's an equal exchange that way, okay? Don't let these people dominate you. They are not. The reason why they act like that is because they have the littlest amount of power ever. To be a minimum wage manager is the smallest authority you could possibly have. And so they take that as, I'm on top of the world. I can do anything. I can tell them to do anything I want because I'm a manager. Yeah, at a gift shop, at a gas station, at a Burger King. Your life ain't shit, bro. You don't have any power. In the real world, when you go out there, you don't have power. They look at you like a minimum wage employee. You have no power. They have a power trip, a big power trip. So don't take it personally. It's just, they have no power in their lives. They go home, they don't make enough money to support their families, and they're depressed. And it makes sense. Don't take it personally. Some people are just going through some shit and they need to dominate other people to feel better about it. Don't let it bother you, okay? I learned that lesson harshly, that I can't let it bother me because it makes you depressed. Like, as the employee, you go home and you think about work. Why would you want to think about work when you're at home, guys? Enjoy your time at home. Enjoy your days off. Like, I don't think about work. I might have been talking about work this entire time, but that's just because I'm yapping. Let me yap. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I got to make sure when I go back to work, I get there early and I make sure that I stock this and stock that. There are some people who are genuinely thinking that in their free time at home. And I think that's kind of depressing. Let's not do that, y'all. Let's not do that. But speaking of racetrack, I did want to talk about this girl that I once knew that I worked with at racetrack. And we had a lot in common. According to the customers, we looked alike, meaning we were girls with bangs and slightly bigger noses than the average girl. That was it. We just had bangs, wore eyeliner, and had like slightly bigger noses. Okay, that doesn't mean we're identical. But yeah, so we became friends. Let's give her a name. Bailey. No. Yeah, Bailey. Let's give her a name. Bailey. How about that? That's not her real name, obviously, but that's just her name for this story. So Bailey and me get really close, and I think this girl's going to be my new best friend. This is awesome. And so we decide to hang out on the weekend and go to Sephora. And already, it's a really good time, but she's like, oh my God, first of all, I can't stand people like this. Oh my God, I can't spend money. I can't spend money. Why'd you come to Sephora with me? Why'd you come here? You don't have to spend money at all, but just shut up about, oh, I can't spend money. Just don't spend money. Just look at the stuff with me and enjoy your life. Like, Jesus Christ. But she was like that type of person who's really like worried about everything all the time. But I was like enjoying her friendship. We had a great time. We talked about our cringe, like middle school eras where we wrote fan fictions and stuff and whatever. And something very unsavory happened like a day later. She was talking about, and I'm not going to go too into this story because it's not my story to tell. I'm just going to kind of briefly explain the situation. So she went to high school in the town that I was working at. So I know a lot of people who went to that high school as well. And we were talking about the gym or something because I had recently started going to the same gym that she was going to. And she starts telling me who she goes to the gym with. And she mentions this guy who is known for being a rapist. He's a rapist. He's like a serial rapist that went to their high school. So I go, hey girl, I just need to tell you this. He's a rapist. You know that, right? You're going to the gym with him and your boyfriend, and he's raped girls that you know, probably. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh my God, I really didn't know. That's terrible. So then she goes home and proceeds to send me like a 200-page essay, not 200 pages, like a 2,000-word essay about how the pornography industry is harmful to women to prove that she's on the girl's side. And then she comes to work the next day and is like, hey, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I talked to my boyfriend about it, and well, we just have to keep going to the gym with him because we go to the gym with him all the time, and like we're just a group, and I'm sorry, I just couldn't, we're just friends, so And she expected me to be like, that's okay. No, fuck you, bitch. So I stopped talking to her and I started ignoring her and just like looking at her like she was a dumbass, because she is. Like, do you think you're safe around that man? You're not safe around that man. He could touch you too, you little hoe. But yeah, so those are the type of people you meet while working minimum wage. So don't take their opinions personally at all. Bitches like Bailey are the type you meet. The ones who are like, well, I'll write an essay about this women's issue, but I don't care about women in real life. Just if I can get some brownie points or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's super lame. So Bailey, if you're seeing this, I hope you've reevaluated your life. If not, I know you haven't. I literally know you haven't. Because that's so lame. I absolutely can't stand people who are like, I hate abusers so much. I hate especially sexual abusers. But my friend, he's a sexual abuser and he's really cool. Like, we have a lot of fun together, you know? He's just a silly dude. He probably didn't mean it. Meanwhile, he's out there, like, touching every girl. Like, putting every girl in a dangerous situation that you know, that you've ever met. And you're like, well, he didn't do it to me, and he's a cool guy. Obviously, he's not that cool of a guy. So, it's just not cool. It's something that really shocked me that people do, because it's like, once you do that to someone, I'm never talking to you again. I'm genuinely never talking to you again, because I know what it feels like. And like the statistics for women, it's like, guys, we all know what it feels like. You seen the statistics? We all know what it feels like, unfortunately. So if you're doing that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't fuck with you. That's what I have to tell you. But yeah, bro, there's just been too many situations where I've seen women defend these dudes just because they're their friend or their boyfriend. And it's just like, get a grip, you know? Especially if you're like a grown woman. Like if you're like already in your 20s, it's a bit high school. It's a bit high school to be like, well, he didn't touch me. He's cool. He plays basketball. He's a cool guy. He was a school athlete. No wonder he's touching people. Anyways. Yeah, so I ignored her until she eventually quit. But she didn't quit because of me. She quit because like a random dentist came into the store and offered her a position at his office. I was like, you can just become a dental nurse. You can get scouted as a dental nurse. I mean, go off, I guess. So, you know, I hope she had to clean a bunch of gunk out of people's teeth and just smell their nasty stank breath. But that's that on that story. And with that, I would like to conclude Yappology 101. And your homework for this week is to go into a store and be really nice to your customer service workers, guys. That's your homework. If you are going to be out in public, please be nice to the workers. That is your homework for this week. And that is it. You better do your homework or you're getting detention. You're getting detention. And that is all. So Professor Momo out, and make sure you take your MOMOPILL, stay based, stay a Sigma, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.